How long have you been playing on the guitar?
Right now, about 5 minutes. I started playing guitar when I was, I think, around 8 years old, and had this really cheap Sears Silvertone folk guitar, silken steel strings. It was really a chipboard case. It was really a bad. But anyway, I had a Mel Bay book, and my sisters didn't want to play the guitar anymore, so I ended up sneaking into their room and taking it, and that's kind of how the whole thing started. I would flip to the back of the Mel Bay book and figure out the chord, where to put my fingers, and from there it kind of evolved. I saw the Beatles on Ed Sullivan. I believe it was 1964. I mean, I was born in 58, so I was a very small boy. But I noticed the impact that it had on the studio audience, as well as my sisters in the living room, in the glow of the GE 3-channel black and white television. I remember telling my mom I would like to play guitar. I thought it was a great job. It was very popular in the 60s. There wasn't a lot of choices for what you did back then. Of course, we had no internet, no cell phones, no gaming. We had none of that. We just had 3 channels on a black and white television. You played sports. You went outside in the winter and made snowmen. Playing guitar in the 60s was very popular back then. I used to listen to WPOP and WDRC out of Hartford, Connecticut, and that's exactly what I would do after school. I would fly home on my bike, grab the radio out of the kitchen, run upstairs, and just listen to music until it was dinner time. And I did that every day. Pop music is still king with me. Hermits and the Dave Clark Five, and all the pop music. And I am still hooked on pop music, not per se rock, not the Jimi Hendrix and the Led Zeppelin of the thing. Not that I don't listen to that, and I do enjoy that. I am definitely more into the one-hit wonder groups of the era, for the way they wrote the songs, how they crafted them. They just simply don't do that anymore.
How many guitars do you currently own or previously owned before?
I think I own 8 guitars right now. My favorites, of course, are my American-made Strat. I have 2 guitars from Guild, a Starfire 4 and an M16, I believe the model number is. They were both made in Rhode Island. The factory burned to the ground many, many years ago, so I cherish those guitars. The rest of them are kind of workhorses. I don't think much of them. They were bought because they were ready to go out on the road, and if I lost it or something of that nature, I didn't cry over it. I got this guitar for my birthday. I love this guitar. I've only had it for a couple of months, but it's a made in Mexico Tele, and I love it. I just love it. I just love it. As much as I love my birthday present and who gave it to me and all, the Strat wins every time. It's a very versatile guitar. I can play pretty much anything on a Strat if I have to. You can play rock, and some would argue you can't play today's metal. I probably would agree with them. But I'm not into today's metal, so it's not a big thing for me. But pop music, rock music, country, blues, you can definitely get across on a Strat. Very versatile. I was going to be a rock god. Yes, we were all going to be rock gods. Luckily, I had teachers along the way, 2 that stand out. One was a private instructor, and one I went to Laney College and studied under. They set me straight about putting my eggs into one basket. Because I'm a one-hit wonder kind of enthusiast, it is important that you learn how these songs are written, how many styles do you think you can come up with, and how well are you at playing these styles? The goal these days is just to have fun with it. I don't have any more aspirations than that these days. I'm really happy with the way my life turned out, and I'm just glad that this is part of my life. It's not my whole life. I'm lucky. I have a wonderful wife, 2 amazing kids. I can't ask for more than that. I really can't. And this is just something I do that brings me joy, and I get a lot of inner peace out of it. I can escape to this. If the world gets too crazy, I can close the door and I can just play guitar. And I like that. And I will always do that until the fingers don't work anymore. That's what I got. That's me, man. That's me in a nutshell.